애들 나가가지고 그냥 다른 애들
가만히 있어봐야겠다.
어? 한국에 맨날 그랬거든.
주면은 안 주면 집에서
아, 그게 진짜. 어? 그 얘기. 누구를? 포항에서 그날 가자면 첫날 사줬잖아. 그래, 야. 마셨어. 그 영광감 떡볶이 10만 원이래. 형 나. 아, 해줬어.
그래요? 이거 선 교육실 애들이
있어요.
그걸로 저희는 지금 하고 있는데 다음 경기 할 때 혹시 사용해가지고
내 마음이 똑바라서 글때 똑바로 울수 있어.
아니야, 삐뚤어 된다고 생각하면 똑바로 돼.
여기 C까지 걸렸구나.
아니, 저기 멤버 너무 착해. 얘기했어? 그냥 알아듣지.
그냥 아재 물어보기는 그런 건데 대남이는 사람 새끼냐한테 밥 먹으니까 사람은 사람이지. 그래서 왜 저래. 오늘 줘라. 어?
네?
오늘 줘라.
김에는
야, 그 아니 그 점심시간 넘어. 너 샵하고 와. 그동안에 통화.
나는 형 혼자 가든지 제 그렇게 가든지 나는 양씨하고 걔 빈대남 때문에 그냥 가서 얘기나 잘해주고 삽이나 받아줘. 전화 통화 한번 하고 어? 한 20만
간당이다.
형 20만 원에서 반땅을 하라고?
간당이 30이면
30이면 반땅 20이면 그냥 줘.
20이 5만 원.
아 씨발 진짜 형. 아 진짜
야, 먼 거를 가고 시간 뺏기면 난 내일 아침 또 새벽에 나야 되는데.
알았어 일단 전화 연결해가지고
얘 안 간다 그러면 나도 가기가 그래. 혼자서 난 어차피 그날 볼 건데 내가 가서 하면 나도 양아치는 거 아니냐. 그러더라고. 그 밀당을 잘해야지 오래 버티는 거야. 그러면 아직
그럼 나 얘네들 때문에
그치. 얘가 제일 편하게 사는 거야.
그러니까 아싸리 아웃사이더가 낫다니까.
아무도 신경 안 써. 얘가 제일 편해. 야, 그 야구장에서 우리 방에 와 있지 말라라고 그러는데 나보다 원정이 내 방에 살아. 어? 원정이는 누가 있든지 너기가 누가 있든지 그냥 와서 그냥 있어.
지금 3구장에 마이크가 안 되고 있습니다. 이거 뉴스 좀 주세요.
야, 형 봤으면 인사해야지.
2구장도 마찬가지라고 합니다.
그 주단에 있어. 숨어 들어가는데. 난 안 들어갔다. 원래 꼴찌는 중학생이 들어오잖아. 중학생이 이렇게 머리를 큰 거야.
들어올 줄 알았는데 역시 몸이 약간 남아있어.
Yes. Good morning and welcome back to Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark for day 6, the extra day of the opening round. Craig Durham, happy to have you with me for the first of what will be quadruple header coverage. This game between the Netherlands and China being played under relatively fair conditions, 25 degrees Celsius. There is that 85% chance of rain, but that's really been the story throughout this tournament, a chance of rain ever present here in Gijang on Korea's south coast. But for now, the weather cooperating as we try to get these final 4 games in that were meant to be played on Monday. We're here on a Wednesday morning now on what was supposed to be the off day. And while these teams play as well as Australia and Canada, they're getting underway on field 2 just beside us, and 2 games later on today. So there's 8 teams playing today, 4 teams enjoying the rest day. But let's get right into it with a look at China's starting lineup. Zhang Wen-Tao leads off, Jing Wen-bin, the right fielder, bats second, and Yang Sheng-ao at second base bats third. Middle of the lineup, Cao Yang-kang, Lu Bin-bin, and Li Yu-yang. And Wang Shuai, the DH, bats 7th. Ho Han-gang in center field bats 8th. Zhang Min-jing, the third baseman, bats 9th. This is a China club that has not won a ball game yet at this tournament, though they played some pretty competitive games, including yesterday when they lost 6-2 to a Korea team that's 4-1 already in the tournament. The Netherlands, meanwhile, at 2-2, trying to really make things interesting in the Group A standings if they can take care of business and win this game today. A look at their defense, which features the slugger out in left field, Darryl Collins. Nick Hoffer gets the start in center field with Max Kops in right. Ruendrik Piccinella is at first base. Tyreek Kemp at second. Ryson Polonius getting the start at short with Rainer Polonius, his twin brother, beside him at third. Nathaniel Ventura hit a big home run yesterday to help power the Netherlands to that victory over Australia. He's doing the catching on the mound for the Netherlands, the young man Gio de Grauw. Eric de Bruin, a very seasoned veteran, the coach of this Netherlands club. He was the coach of the U-18 club 2 years ago in Thunder Bay. He's got a great staff around him. And we'll introduce you to our international umpiring crew. Geronimo Moreno from Spain will be calling the balls and strikes. Wilfredo Montoya from Nicaragua is at first. Kang Shin Woo from Korea at second base, another Korean umpire down at third today. We forego the pageantry for these extra games. There's no lining up of the players pre-game, no national anthems played pre-game. Hopefully our schedule will be able to return to normal tomorrow when we kick off the Super Round. But we still have so much to figure out here, as you see that log jam there in the middle with 3 teams tied with 2 victories apiece. Korea has advanced to the Super Round. That much is certain in Group A, but Canada and Australia are playing right now. If Canada wins, things get a lot simpler. Canada will be in, but if Australia wins that game and say the Netherlands wins this game, then you're looking at 3 teams tied at 3-2, and of that group of 3, only 2 will be able to advance to the playoff round, which again begins tomorrow. No rest for the weary as we just power on through here in Gijang. The Super Round will be 3 days long. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then just 2 games on the schedule on Championship Sunday. The third place game and the World Championship final. Everybody's ready and everybody's in place, so let's get ready to play ball on this Wednesday morning. The wee hours of Wednesday morning back in Holland. And it's still the late night in some of the Dutch islands as the Kingdom of the Netherlands fields this club with players coming from all over the world. It's a really unique situation. Players from Aruba, as well as Europe. And now the shortstop, the left-handed hitting Zhang Wentao is in. And the right-hander goes into motion. First pitch at 11 on the dot, high and outside, ball 1. We'll keep an eye on the pitch speed of Gio de Grauw. That one at 137 kilometers per hour, so in the mid-80s, low to mid-80s. And there at 135, he's fallen behind 2-0. Slow start to the tournament for the Netherlands, an 0-2 start. Back-to-back victories to remain in contention for a Super Round berth. The exhale, the wind it, and the 2-1 sailing high. 3 balls and a strike. To lead off walk. Not exactly the way Gio de Grauw wanted to get things started here
이번 타자
this morning.
우익수 싱원빈. Now hitting number 10, 싱원빈.
See if he can shake it off and get things on the right track against Jingwon Bin. The right fielder might be up there trying to just move along his teammate. Although no sign of a bunt as the first pitch is in for a strike. And an 0-1 popped up. Looks to be playable. Polonius in foul ground, has it. That's the first out of the ball game. Nice bounce back by de Grauw.
Now hitting number 7, Yang Xiang-ao, second baseman.
Yang-Hyundai. 2 for 13 in the tournament, 2 doubles. Both hits have really counted. China as a group hitting 195 in the tournament. So room for improvement there, no question about that. But they came into this tournament as heavy underdogs. And now the runner goes. The pitch is grounded to third, picked on a short hop by Polonius, who makes the throw across the diamond for out number 2. China, in one sense, get what they were looking for with Zhang now in scoring position with 2 outs, and you can try and send him on a single to the outfield. But for Gio DeGraw, it's got to be a good feeling after really not even being competitive in that leadoff plate appearance, coming back and recording outs on back-to-back pitches, now potentially 1 pitch away of getting out of the inning. Though he leaves it upstairs, it's 1-0 on the cleanup man, Cao Yang Kang. Hitless in 9 trips in the tournament, 0 for 9. Big, powerful left-handed bat. Takes the strike. And it's 1-2. This is the second tournament's appearance for Gio DeGraw. His first as a starter. He had only worked 1 inning prior to this outing. And very nearly was able to get out as he ramped that one up to 139 kilometers per hour. A leadoff walk, a pop-up, a ground out. A man on second. And a 1-2 pitch. In the air, out to center field. But right at Nick Hoffer, who puts it away, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits. 1 left. We're off to the bottom of the first. No score with the Netherlands coming up.
이름할 수비에 들어갈 중국 수비 위치를 말씀드리겠습니다. 투수 장이페이, 포수 루빈빈, 1루수 리유영, 3루수 양시아오, 3루수 장민싱, 유격수 장원타우.
The lineup for the Netherlands begins with the impressive young second baseman Tyreek Kemp. Ryson Polonius bats next, and then Daryl Collins to follow. Ruendrick Pitanella bats cleanup. Ventura, Quant, and Polonius 5, 6, and 7. Nick Hoffer bats 8, and Max Kops bats 9. It's a Netherlands team that scored just 4 runs yesterday, but found enough to get past Australia. And a group that always brings a loud cheering section with it. It's one of my favorite parts of these tournaments is watching the Dutch fans. Gao, Hao, and Jing in the outfield, left to right. Li Yu Yang at first, Yang Sheng Ao at second. Zhang Yifei on the mound today, working with Lu Bin Bin, the catcher. And I can't believe it, but it's the second straight day that Zhang Yifei is starting. I really don't remember ever seeing that before. It's a lot to ask of a kid, though he did just go 2 innings yesterday. To get right back out there and start less than 24 hours later. The game against Korea yesterday kicked off at 2 o'clock local time. Now the 11 a.m. start number 2 for Zhang, and that is really something. The pause and the 1-0. Bounced in, so first pitch in the dirt, winds up at the backstop. Second pitch spiked in. 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball poured in, and Kemp takes it for a strike. I think he was up there willing to take one just to feel things out against Zhang. Tyreek 4 hits in the tournament. And he looks at a ball low and away. When he gets on base, he can really wreak havoc. He's got terrific speed, so Zhang will look to avoid giving him first with a 3-1 that's upstairs, so a leadoff walk to match that issued by DeGrau in the top of the first inning. And that was really the issue for Zhang yesterday. He walked 5 in his 2 innings of work.
Number 6, Bryson Polonius, shortstop.
Another reason why I'm really surprised to see him back out there starting again, unless China's just running into a situation where they don't have a lot of arms available. We saw 5 different pitchers yesterday in the 6-2 loss to Korea. None of them pitched poorly. Honestly, I'd say Zhang struggled more than anybody else because of the command issues, the 5 walks. And now a pop-up behind the third base position handled by the shortstop, and there's 1 out. So this inning is unfolding exactly the same way that the top half of it did.
Now hitting number 17.
Leadoff walk and then a pop-up to the left side of the infield, a harmless little pop fly. We'll see if Darryl Collins can change the story. The umpires are getting together here to look at something on the mound, and that's the last thing we need right now is a field issue. Clearly whatever it was has been deemed good enough for now, I guess. And we won't speculate as to what they were looking at. You saw the toes tapping in that general area right in front of the rubber. I wonder if that was something that Zhang Yifei asked about, or if it's something that one of our umpires noticed. It's always great to see the way the umpires communicate, though oftentimes they don't all speak the same language. Nice running catch made on a pop foul, and Collins can't believe it. He stood there in the box with his hand on his hip like, are you kidding me? 1 pitch and a dangerous bat taken right out of Darryl Collins' hands.
First baseman.
Tyreek Kemp remains on first base now with the 2 outs. Peter Nella, the first baseman, is coming up, and again, the umpires are on the mound, and this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Zhang working on the first base side of that rubber that seems to be questionable. He's ready to come home, and he brings strike 1 into Peter Nella. Just to finish that thought on the umpires, many times you'll have 4 umpires representing 4 different countries, speaking 4 different languages, but united by the common language of baseball. They always get the job done and find a way to convey whatever point needs to be conveyed. As that one missed just a little bit low, and the count moves to a ball and a strike. Look at the big body for Peter Nella, your prototypical cleanup hitter. Big swing, 1-2. A little bit of late run on that ball away from the right-handed bat. And a defensive swing and a foul back to stay alive. Just Just 11 pitches so far in the inning, most of them to that man right there, Tyreek Kemp. Wonder if he'll run with 2 strikes. He does. He takes off, but the pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. And a nice way from Zhang to recover after that leadoff free pass. Scoreless after 1 here on day 6, the extra day of the opening round of this 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup.
이회 초 중국 공격 5번 타자 포수 루빈빈.
At the top of the second inning, now hitting number 52, Lu Bin, catcher.
Lu Bin leads off, the catcher for China, to be followed by Li Yu-yang, the first baseman, and Wang Shuai, the DH. 5, 6, 7. Each team with a leadoff walk, and then nothing to follow. Tyreek Kemp for the Netherlands wound up stranded on first. Gijang-Hyundai on second after he advanced on a ground out. First pitch swinging, Lu Bin fouls it. Now it's 0-2. Time called by Lu just before Gio DeGrau went into motion. You hear that whistle blow. A lot of times throughout the game you'll hear that whistle blow, and it's when there's a high foul ball that leaves the stadium, because with the complex being as tight together as it is, there's folks walking between stadiums who need to be aware that a ball might be coming towards them, as Lu Bin strikes out with just 4 pitches, and a nice job by Gio DeGrau to start the second with his first strikeout.
First baseman.
And now he's pouring in strikes all over the place. That one over the outside part of the plate to make it 0-1 on Lee, the first baseman. Really like the stance. A little late decision to swing there from Li Yu-yang, and it's 0-2. He's been one of the better bats in China's lineup throughout this tournament. He had 2 hits yesterday in the loss against Korea, and he's able to send one foul off the sidewall. Count 0-2. It's 2 hits, 1 double yesterday. Now pop foul out of play, and there's the whistle blowing to let you know it's out of play. It's 1-2. It actually can be used as an advantage to the fielders. If you hear the whistle, then you can pretty fairly I hate to use the term give up on the ball, but know that you don't need to go racing into a wall and trying to make a catch.
7번 지명타자
Strikeout,
왕소희
back-to-back strikeouts, and the Chinese hitters starting to talk to one another. As Lee, after chasing that curveball, gave a little scouting report to the designated hitter, Wang Shuai, as he made his way to the plate. Another curveball, though, for a strike. That time, a bunt attempt from Wang. It's 0-1. And 0-2. DeGraw likes the sign, and he strikes out the side in order. Lu Bin, Lee Yu-yang, and Wang Shuai all down swinging, and the Netherlands will come up in the bottom of the second in a scoreless game when we return.
이날 네덜란드 공격 5번타자 투수 나타니엘 벤투라
At the bottom of the second inning, now hitting number 23, Nathaniel Ventura.
Ventura leading off for the Netherlands. He'll be followed by Shane Quant and Rainer Polonius. A scoreless game, a hitless game after an inning and a half. Craig Durham, happy to have you with me on a Wednesday morning in Gijang, Korea. A look at the big right-handed batter Ventura, who went yard yesterday against Australia in what was a big victory for the Netherlands. The Dutch team needed that win to stay alive in terms of advancing to the super round. They got it, and it wasn't easy. It was a 4-3 final score. Australia scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th, but the comeback stalled out there. And so now it's Australia playing a must-win game, and to their credit, they've taken an early lead. It's 1-0 for the Aussies going into the bottom of the second against Canada. Canada's the home team in that game. So obviously, everything's still to be determined over at Field 2, but it has to feel good for Australia to have that early edge. They played some close games. Both losses for Australia have come by 1 run. 3-2 on opening day to Nicaragua, and then 4-3 yesterday against the Netherlands. Canada, meanwhile, is kind of powering their way through the tournament. 17 runs against China on opening day. 11 runs and an 11-0 win against the Netherlands. 9 more in yesterday's shutout win over Nicaragua. The only roadblock for Canada has been a Korea team that beat them 8-5. Otherwise, they'd be undefeated right now. Crazy to think, but they might not end up in the super round if they lose that game to Australia and the Netherlands wins this one. They still have a good shot. I haven't looked at all the tiebreaker scenarios. TQB will come into play. It's our tiebreaker, which is kind of a fancy way of saying run differential. And just thinking off the top of my head, the fact that Canada beat the Netherlands 11-0 will probably serve them well if it comes to a tiebreak. But we'll wait and see. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 high and inside, and it's a leadoff walk for the second straight inning. This was the undoing of Gijang-Hyundai yesterday. He walked 5 in 2 innings. Starting for the second time in 24 hours. He needs to get into innings, I guess, a little bit quicker, which is easier said than done, but clearly after the leadoff walk, he settled in last inning. That pitch is called a strike. 0-1. The set and the curveball outside. A ball and a strike. This is Shane Quant, the designated hitter, batting. Some big boys on this Dutch team. Shane chief among them. Outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one didn't feel good. A foul ball off the ankle, and that's why you wear the guard down there. And it's amazing how even when you wear that, the ball so often finds a way around it. It looked like it actually got him in the instep of the right foot there, not the ankle itself where the guard is. 2-2 now with a runner on first, nobody out. Netherlands trying to break a scoreless tie. Here's a line drive with some topspin that's down for a hit in right field. A really good start to the inning. A walk, a single, the game's first hit, and Rainer Polonius coming up.
Now hitting number 1, Rainer Polonius, third baseman.
Polonius slides the hand up the barrel of the bat, but identifying that pitch low and outside, didn't try to bunt it. Could be asked to try and bunt, move the runners along. That one much closer, but outside again, and it's 2-0. Now he tips his hand, and he tries to bunt it, but fouls it back. You know, we told you already about all the Group A scenarios, and that's where the drama lies today. In Group B, the stage is all but set. We know which 3 teams are going to advance. Both Japan and Chinese Taipei finished the opening round 4-1. The United States, at worst, will finish 3-2. At best, 4-1 as well. They take on Panama in the afternoon affair today. Japan, Chinese Taipei, and the United States. 3 of the top 4 teams in the world coming out of Group B. Korea ranked 3rd in the world. They're coming out of Group A, and we'll await the results to see who's joining them. Look at that bunt from Polonius, nearly perfect, but then at the last second it made its way across the chalk and into foul ground, so it's a strike, and it's 3-2. That was a really good-looking bunt. Not only would it have advanced the base runners, but it would have allowed Polonius to take first base easily. And I thought it was going to stay fair, but well played. The tip of the cap to Zhang Mingjing, the third baseman, who waited, and scooped it up as second. It went foul. Big pitch, 3-2. Inside, it's a walk to load the bases. Big trouble now for
Now
Zhang.
hitting number 3, Nick Hofer, center fielder.
And our first visit to the mound. This is kind of what you get with him. Doesn't miss badly, but has trouble living in the strike zone consistently. One of the reasons why I find it to be a bit of a surprise that he was starting for a second straight day. He's pitched 4 out of 5 games in this tournament. A scoreless inning on opening day, though he walked 2 in that 1 inning in the game against Canada. He's walked 3 already today, walked 5 yesterday. And he has a strike, a big strike 1 to Nick Hofer. Righty on righty, bases loaded, the pitch. Called strike 2, couple of really good pitches. They don't get much better than that. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So where was that from Zhang Yifei to start the inning? As he fans Hofer and now could roll a ground ball up. Get out of this inning unscathed. Tough hitter in the 9 slot though. Max Kops could easily be a leadoff man, and that's what you're really looking for from your number 9 hitter. Somebody you can count on to make good contact. Do whatever the situation dictates. How about all these strikes coming in though? Nothing and 1. Hard ground ball, fair. Down into the right field corner. This is going to score at least 2, maybe 3. It's a 3-run triple. And the Netherlands breaks it open. They lead it 3-0 in the bottom of the second.
Now hitting number 2.
Told you Max Cops can really hit.
Second baseman.
Mean line drive, a fastball left hanging right out over the heart of the plate. It hit the bag. Past the dive of Lee. For Cubs, that's the first 3 RBIs of the tournament. It's his 4th hit of the tournament. And it was the hit that this Dutch team really needed to breathe a little bit easier now. There's still just 1 out as Tyreek Kemp, the leadoff man, climbs into that left-handed batter's box. Studies Gijang-Hyundai. Swings at the first pitch, fouling it straight back. One pitch is high. And it's ripped past the drawn in second baseman Young into right field. 4-0 now for the Netherlands. RBI single for Tyreek Kemp, his 2nd RBI of the tournament. And that'll do it for our starter Zhang. He makes the start for the 2nd straight day. Just can't get over that decision. Doesn't make much sense. And departs behind by 4. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment here. The Netherlands with a 4-0 lead, looking for more in the bottom of the 2nd.
중국의 선수들이 있겠습니다. 투수 수영지안.
Now coming to pitch for Team China. Number 23, Su Yongjian.
The big hit here in the 2nd inning, the 3-run triple. RBI signal from Tyreek Kemp right after, and a great start for this Dutch national team. 4-0. Bottom of the second inning. A strike. A good start from China's new pitcher, Gijang-Hyundai. And a pop-up behind home plate. 4 and out, 2 gone.
삼번타자 좌익수 데럴 콜린스.
Now hitting number 17, Gerald Collins, left fielder.
Darryl Collins looking to make amends for his last plate appearance. He popped out to third base. Throw meanwhile goes over to first, and back standing is Kemp. Kemp took off in the first inning when there was a 1-2 count on Ruendrick Petronella. But Petronella wound up striking out on that pitch, so there was no stolen base for Kemp. Now pitch high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. There he goes again. Pitch called a strike. The throw to second, and a stolen base, the second of the tournament for Tyreek Kemp. Collins with a high fly ball. Stay in the infield and become the last out of the inning, so we'll go to the third with the Netherlands leading China 4-0.
삼회초 중국 공격 8번타자 중견수 서영강.
At the top of the third inning, now hitting number 56, Ho Hang-gang, center fielder. Gio DeGraus striking out the side in the second.
He starts the third with ball one high and inside. 8-9-1 in China's lineup. We'll start with a bouncer, a two-hopper to second base. Not exactly a textbook out, as Kemp had trouble squeezing it and then sent the throw a little bit high, but at the end of the day, gets the job done, and there's one out.
Third baseman.
Meanwhile, Gio DeGraw just started dealing. He's set down 7 straight. He's allowed 1 base runner. It was a leadoff walk. That's it. Fastball high. One-oh pitch. Strike. Popped up back. And it's 1-2. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Netherlands. No runs, no hits for China. And another foul ball back, and the count holds. Good defense from both sides so far. 1-2, cut on and missed.
대방타자 유격수 샹원타운.
Now hitting number 9, Sang-Won Tao, shortstop.
First pitch swinging. The shortstop Zhang to his counterpart. The throw is not perfect, but good enough for a 1-2-3 top half of the third. The Netherlands taking command of this one, 4-0 as they come to bat.
사나만 네덜란드 공격 4번타자 1루수 노엔드린 피터넬라.
At the bottom of the third inning, now hitting number 27, Rendrick Canella, first baseman.
Rendrick Piccinella, that big right-handed batter who struck out swinging to end the first inning and was the only man who did not bat for the Netherlands in their 4-run second, leads off the third, and he has to look out of the way of that one. Fastball up under his chin. Zhu Yongjian, who begins an inning for the first time. 1-0. High and tight. They'll be looking for something here, 2-0 to drive. There it was, but he just didn't find it. Count now, 2 balls and a strike. 2-2. After swinging through the fastball, he gets the breaker and can't connect. Now he'll have to be alert. Gets the curveball again, but it's a strikeout. And a good start to the third inning for Gijang-Hyundai.
5번타자 포수 나타넬 벤투라.
What a difference it makes to the complexion of the inning when you start with an out. Doesn't really matter that it was a strikeout, but compare it to the last couple of frames when Zhang Yifei walked Tyreek Kemp in the first and then walked Nathaniel Ventura in the second. Though he was able to work around the leadoff walk to Kemp, he was not so fortunate last inning. Walked Ventura, gave up the single to Quant, then walked Polonius to load him up, and then they were unloaded by Max Kops, a 3-run triple. He would score one batter later when Kemp singled him home. A strike and a 1-1 count now on Ventura. Fouled out of play. It's 1-2. Grounded hard up the middle into center field. Nice job by Ventura to keep his weight back. Gets the curveball. Sends it sizzling up the middle. First base runner at the bottom of the third inning.
Now hitting number 20, Shane Quant, designated
Meanwhile,
hitter.
over at field 2, they're already in the 5th inning. Australia has a 2-0 lead over Canada. It would throw all kinds of havoc into the air if Australia wins that game and the Netherlands wins this game, in terms of figuring out who would advance into the Super Round, which starts tomorrow. Schedule TBD. Two balls, one strike. A little bit of concern on the face of Li Wei. His team winless so far at this U-18 Baseball World Cup. Runner on first, one out. The 2-2 pitch is hit on a line. Nice catch made at second. Two gone, and good base running from Ventura to keep an eye on the ball as it disappeared into Yang Shenghao's glove.
최근 타자 3루수 레이너 폴로니어스.
Now hitting number 1.
Strikeout, a single, a
Raymond
line out.
Melendez, third baseman.
Down low, 1-0 on Rainer Polonius. Hear that deep guttural sound. I think it's coming out of the Netherlands dugout. High pop fly could end the inning. Shallow right center field, and it does. We'll go to the 4th. The Netherlands 4, China nothing.
사인초 중국 공격 이번 타자 우익수 심원빈.
At the top of the 4th inning, now hitting number 10, King Won-bin, right fielder.
2-3-4 part of the lineup for China. 4-0 the lead for the Netherlands as we go into the 4th. Gio de Grau leading us there. He has sat down 9 straight after he issued a leadoff walk. He wasn't quite ready, it would appear, when this game got underway. But he found himself in a hurry. The first of the 9 straight batting now. Looking at a strike, it's 1-1 to Zhang Bin, the right fielder. A half-hearted swing for strike 2. Low and away, good spot to put a 1-2 pitch and maybe get some help in the form of a chase. Fouling the top of that ball down. 2-2. A walk. And a really smart at bat there from
3번 타자
Gijang-Hyundai.
유격수 양성호.
Eric De Bruin not thrilled, you can see, in the Dutch dugout.
Second baseman.
Now Yang Sheng out. Couple of hard steps towards second from Jingwen Bin, but he stays on first after the pitch missed. It's 2-0. Elsewhere in the baseball universe today, in Major League Baseball, Jorge Soler, who plays for the Kansas City Royals, a team which has an interest in this game right here, having signed 2 of these Dutch players to their organization. But Soler plays in the big leagues. He plays for the MLB Kansas City Royals. The minor leaguers who play for this Dutch team still years away from potentially reaching Kansas City. But Jorge Soler, an outfielder for the Royals, hit his 39th home run of the season today, which is a new Royals franchise record. As we see a walk here to put runners on first and second with nobody out.
4번 타자 좌익수 고영광.
Now hitting
Soler,
number 15,
no stranger to
Young,
international
left
baseball. He's
fielder.
from Cuba, and he participated in this event 9 years ago. Played in the 2010 U-18 Baseball World Cup, was part of a Cuban team that took home the bronze medals. Finished in 3rd place. So congratulations to Jorge Soler, and it's probably a big story in Cuba. And here's a base hit into right field. That will load him up with nobody out for China. Who saw this coming after 9 in a row, retired by DeGraw, a 4-0 lead for the Netherlands team.
Now hitting number
Kinda looked like
52,
this game was
Lu
turning
Binbin,
into a one-sided
catcher.
affair, but all of a sudden the tying run comes to the plate for China, and it's Lu Binbin who can really hit. Not a lot for the Kansas City Royals and their fans to get excited about this year, but that home run and really the entire season that Soler has put together, a lot to be excited about. A look at all the traffic in the infield. 3 base runners and a big swing and an 0-2 count on Lu. Lu Binbin, a strikeout victim in the second. Fly ball out to right field. The catch is made. The throw to the plate, cut off. It's a sacrifice fly. China's on the board. It's 4-1. Like there was a little stumble from Max Copps after he went into the slide to make the catch before he got up. And that was probably the difference between that throw going to the plate and being cut off. Watch the stumble right there. If he's able to pop up, set his feet, and sling it towards the dish, then you might get the out. Instead, a job well done by Lu, the sac fly. First and second. A line drive into left field. Catch made by Collins, 2 outs. And how quickly the complexion of this inning has changed, and that's good news for Gio DeGraw,
Now hitting number 8,
who went walk before allowing the single, but now 2 pop flies on consecutive pitches. Wang Shuai, the DH, steps in, needing to reach to extend the frame. Swinging a foul for strike 1. Runners go, swing and a miss. Actually, just the lead runner taking off. Yang on third. Won't matter much if Gio could find one more strike here against Shuai. He did strike out in the second. He seems to be having trouble with that curveball. Gio DeGrau with 4 strikeouts on the day. Does he have number 5 waiting in his right hand? Not yet, he doesn't. Hard foul ball. They get him a pick off at first base. Side retired. China getting a little too aggressive on the base pass, and that's some good work by Gio DeGrau. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Netherlands coming up with a 3-run lead.
How about Kumar?
사회말 네덜란드 공격 8타자 중견수 이공퍼.
At the bottom of the 4th inning, now hitting number 3, Nick Hooper, center fielder.
A pickoff ending the top of the 4th inning rather suddenly. A run on the board for China in that top of the 4th inning, a 4-1 game. Bottom 4. Nick Hoffer, Max Kops, and Tyreek Kemp. Against the soft throwing right-hander Zhu Yong-John. First pitch curveball outside, 1-0. Hoffer batting with the bases loaded and none out in the second, struck out swinging. Now he lines it sharply into left field. It's a base hit. All 4 runs for the Dutch coming in the second inning. There's 4 batters sent to the plate in each of the first and third innings.
Now hitting number 18, Max Cox, right fielder.
That was pretty smooth stroke. Ball 1 on Kops, who's made the biggest difference of anybody in this game with his 3-run triple. Things have turned around dramatically in field 2 after Australia carried a 2-0 lead through 4 into the bottom of the 5th. Canada has exploded for 4 runs with 2 outs. A 2-run double and a 2-run homer, and now leads that game 4-2. Remember, Australia must win that game to move into the super round, and even with a win, it's not guaranteed so long as the Netherlands does not lose this game against China, which I'm not expecting they will. It could happen, but Netherlands team trying to close out the opening round with 3 straight wins to cement a spot in the Super Round. Be a real turnaround. And a real disappointment for an Australian club that has handed Korea its only loss and has lost 2 games by 1 run each. Chopper towards first. Fair ball. They get the out at first base. Nothing further. Kops is able to advance Hoffer, if nothing else. And get Tyree Kemp back to the plate for a 3rd time in 4 innings.
Now hitting number 2, Tyree Kemp, second baseman.
In the air to right center field. Running it down is Ho Han Gong. His throw to third is late. More good base running from Hopper, who stands 90 feet away now after tagging and advancing.
Now hitting number 6, right center
Good catch there.
field,
Took a good first step from Ho Han Gong. Bounced in. A strike. 1-1. Canada still batting in the bottom of the 5th inning that just won't end for Australia. Curveball dropped in, and that gets Zhu Yongjian ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. They'll go to first to complete the strikeout, and after a leadoff single, Nick Hoffer winds up stranded at 3rd, and after 4 complete, the Netherlands leads China.
오른쪽 중국 공격 7번 타자 7번 타자 왕수아이
At the top of the fifth inning, now hitting number 8, Wang
Pretty
Hao,
tight game through
designated
4,
hitter.
complete 4 runs on 5 hits for the Netherlands, 1 run on 1 hit for China. Bottom third, beginning with the DH, Wang Shuai here in the 5th. Big hook from Gio DeGrau for strike 1. One more inning and Gio DeGrau will be eligible to earn a victory here today. And one more strike, he'll get through Wang. There's a nice base hit with 2 strikes.
8번 타자 중견수 허우한강.
Now hitting number 56, Hao Han-gang, center fielder.
A bunt back to the mound. DeGrau doesn't even think about second. He'll go to first, get the out there. Smart play. Not trying to do too much. You've got a 3-run lead. You don't need to force the
9번
issue.
타자 3루수 장민신.
Now hitting number 28, Chang Min-jin, third
Oh Han
baseman.
Gang comes up. Or rather, Zhang Min Zhang comes up. After Ho Han Gang with the successful sacrifice, 1-3. A set, a look back at second, a 1-1 pitch up high. Daniel Ventura, who I've only seen play first base before today, got up there and bluffed as if he wanted to throw to second. Here's a bunt that gets scooped up in foul territory. Not a bad bunt, really. Certainly not a bad idea with Polonius playing back. And you don't really expect a bunt with an out, with a team trailing by 3 now that we've gotten into the middle innings. A good one there. He's on first. But instead, it's 2-2. Gio DeGrau in search of his first strikeout since the 3rd inning, and actually his last strikeout victim was Zhang. Has options here. He'll set, check second, come home, and deal with another 2-2 pitch after that one again fouled. Swing and a miss. And there's 2 gone. Second time Zhang's gone
1번
down
타자
on
유격수
strikes.
장원태우.
That's
Now
5
hitting
Ks
number
for
9,
Gio DeGrau.
Zhang Wan-tao, shortstop.
Top of the order, Zhang Wen-tao. Leadoff hitter, Zhang Wen-tao, walked in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd. And he Sends this one high into the gray sky. Dancing under it is Kemp, who has it for the out that retires the side. That's 4.5 in the books, and the Netherlands is in front 4-1. This is a big inning here for the Netherlands national team as they try to create some separation, leading 4-1. It'll be Collins, Petronella, and Ventura. Three really big bats, 3, 4, 5 in the lineup. Going to give those fans something to get up out of their seats and cheer about. This is what China's done the last couple of days. Played opponents that on paper you could say are superior, but then gone toe-to-toe with them. Forcing a 9-inning game out of Korea yesterday, a 6-2 final score there. A curveball for strike one. Collins having a tough day. He'd love to get a pitch he can really mash. He's popped out twice. And he can mash. We were talking a little bit earlier about how this Netherlands team has 2 players that are part of the Kansas City Royals professional MLB organization. He's one of them. Hit a home run in the Netherlands' first victory in this tournament. The win that really put them in play as far as Super Round contention. It was a 4-2 win over Nicaragua. The Collins home run, obviously a crucial piece of that puzzle. The wins haven't been big wins, 4-2 and 4-3, but wins they have been. And one more to make it 3 in a row, and this team could go, and now Collins sends it high and deep to right. This is back, and it's off the wall. He's thinking about 3, but he'll pull up, content with a leadoff double. That's what Darryl Collins can do.
4타자 1루수 루앤드리 피토넬라.
Now hitting number 27, Rendry
And with a more favorable breeze, that one might have had enough to get out of here. That was off the blue padding, so not even up off the secondary portion of the wall. That blue part 8 feet high, and then the mesh netting 8 feet above it. You know, big inning for the Dutch we talked about when it started in terms of pulling away, but for China, this is where you need to keep it close. And you know coming into the inning it's not going to be easy with Collins, Petronella, and Ventura. It's one of those innings where you're almost okay giving up a run if that's all that it is. And that could be the case here with just as little as a fly ball, with Collins having moved over to third. Petronella in the driver's seat 2-1 and trying to shake off a frustrating day that has seen him strike out twice. Collins and Petronella really coming into this inning have been the hitters most frustrated by Chinese pitching. And that is an example of a pitch that'll drive you mad. A curveball that kind of sat there over the heart of the plate, but all Petronella could do was foul it back into the screen. Four hits, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. Despite the 0 for 2, he's having a good opening round as Ruendrick waits for a 2-2 and fouls it back. He's struggling with the off-speed stuff today. A look at third, 2-2 again. Swinging a foul tip. A good job by Lu Bin Bin to squeeze it. Great job from Gijang-Hyundai to sneak one in under the hands of the big first baseman.
Number 23, Nathaniel Ventura.
That would have been a called strike. You got to go after that pitch, but nobody likes it. Especially if you've been fed a steady diet of breaking stuff. And that look says it all. Shrug of the shoulders, a shake of the head, and just one of those days for Petronella, who's gone down swinging 3 times. Ventura, meanwhile, has been on base twice. He's walked and singled, scored a run, and is ahead 1-0 here. Four hits, a homer, 3 driven in. Guy who can catch and play first base. Curve skipped in. And a good job to pounce on it by Zhu. Keeps Collins at third. Got to have a lot of confidence in your catcher to throw that pitch with a runner on third base. Good one. That's pretty much the same pitch that struck out Petronella, that fastball down and in, and all Ventura could do with it was foul it away. 2-1, still an uphill climb for Gijang-Hyundai, who's been the more effective of 2 Chinese pitchers today. Dutch fans coming to life. 2-1. High in the air. Might it be deep enough? There's the catch. Collins tagging. Throw to the plate. Cut off. There'll be no relay, and the Netherlands lead is back up to 5. Or the lead is at 4. The score is at 5. 5-1.
Number 20, Shane Quant, designated hitter.
3 successful plate appearances for Ventura. 1 for 1, a run scored, and now the run driven in. Shane Quant, the DH. The lefty climbs in. One strike on Shane Quant, and what a game going on over at field 2. Australia is back in front, playing for their Super Round lives. 5-4 over Canada. They led 2-0. Canada scored 4 times in the 5th. Australia bounces right back with 3 in the 6th. Just slugging it out. A couple of Commonwealth countries who will be at the Premier 12, 2 of the top 12 baseball nations in the world, 2 of the top 10 baseball nations in the world. Australia coming into this tournament as world number 7, Canada number 10. 2 strikes meanwhile on Quant. Here's the pitch, and it's spiked in the dirt in front of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Australia's 3 runs coming on 1 hit, a double, a 3-run bases loaded, 2-out double. Ooh, pretty close there, but Quant takes it low. So 7 runs in that game have been scored in the last 2 half innings. 4 for Canada in the bottom of the 5th, 3 for Australia in the top of the 6th. Yikes, that might have been good enough to get a call. But all 7 of those runs have scored with 2 outs. Clutch hitting. Now ground ball to short. Nice pickup from Zhang, and the throw is there for the out that retires the side. A run on a hit, nobody left. 5 complete, and the Netherlands leads China 5-1.
Catcher, Nathaniel.
피처 중국 공격 2번 타자 우익수 심원빈.
At the top of the sixth inning, now hitting number 10, Sing Won Bin, right fielder.
So after the grounds crew comes out and does a little bit of work, we get set to begin the sixth with a 5-1 score. The Netherlands in front by 4 runs, out hitting China by the same margin, 6-2. And with a starter who's thrown just 67 pitches through 5, goes back to work with a fastball high and tight to start the sixth. Starting the sixth in the 2 slot in China's order, Gijang-Hyundai, the right fielder who has walked, scored, and popped out to third. It's 1-1. Had a chance to stroll over to field 2, have a look at the score, which remains tight during that little break there, as Zhang here leads off with a single. It's 5-4 Australia. Canada batting in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's starting to think a little bit more carefully about the tie-break scenarios. Should Australia win that game and the Netherlands wins this game, 3 teams would be at 3-2. Only 2 of them would be able to go on into the super round, and they would have all beaten each other. Australia would have beaten Canada but lost to the Netherlands. Netherlands lost to Canada, beaten Australia. Canada beat the Netherlands, lost to Australia. And then you start to look at the scores in all of those games, because you factor in the scores that they played against one another when it comes into a tiebreak. You forget about the scores in games against the other opponents in Group A. So for example, you wouldn't think about the 1-0 win for Australia over Korea, and you wouldn't think about the 17-3 win for Canada over China. You just think about the games between Australia, Canada, and the Netherlands. And though I haven't put the numbers on paper and started to do the math, it really doesn't look like that's a scenario that favors the Netherlands because of their one bad loss in the games between those teams. They lost to Canada 11-0. Here's a swing and a funky ball that's popped foul. A 2-strike spinner that goes off the end of the bat, takes a hop on the fair side of the chalk, but then immediately a sharp left-hand turn foul, so the count holds at 1-2 on Yang Sheng Ao. Look at this. A good job by Rainer Polonius just to let it go foul. If you try to play that ball, you're putting yourself in trouble. I don't think he had a prayer at first base. Wait for another 1-2 pitch that swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's strikeout number 6 for Gio de Grau. The 11-0 loss was on the 2nd day of the tournament, and it was a game where the Netherlands ran into one really tough inning early and never recovered. And you just can't afford those types of losses if you wind up tied with 2 other teams. And not saying that Australia is going to win their game. Obviously a long way to go. They're only in the 6th. They're through 6th going into the 7th. But if Australia is able to hold on for a victory and the Netherlands wins this game, it almost certainly would be the Netherlands that's frozen out of the super round because of the TQB tiebreak scenario. You'd have Korea, Australia, and Canada coming out of Group A. Pretty close play over there, and then on the tag you see it pop out of Ruendrik Pietronella's glove. Now it's ripped into right field by Pietronella with the runner in motion too. So Jing's going to wind up on third. Hit and run works well for China. 2 singles in the inning, and maybe time to get the bullpen really going for this Dutch national team. And in fact, as they've been throwing throughout the inning, maybe we've come to the end of Gio de Grau's start. That one among the hardest hit balls he's allowed today, if not the hardest hit ball he's allowed today. And he'll hand it off and take a seat, departing with a 5-1 lead. A pitching change on field 3. We'll be right back with the score: Netherlands 5, China 1.
네덜란드 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 너트그라트.
Now coming into pitch for Team Netherlands, number 12, Nuts Krop.
Nout Krot, the new pitcher for the Netherlands. And after a check on the runner at first, he brings his first pitch home, and how about that? He has it popped up on the left side of the infield. The Polonii come together, Rayner with the catch. 2 gone. That's huge with runners still on the corners and China threatening to pull even closer, trailing by 4. Batting with 2 outs. At the top of the 6th inning. That was Liu Bin who drove in China's only run, who popped out on the first pitch. And so it's the left-handed hitting first baseman, Li Yu-yang. Swinging through that fastball over the outer part of the plate, down 0-1. A leadoff single, a strikeout, another single to chase Gio DeGrau from the game after 5 1/3 solid innings. And a ground ball here hit to short. This time it's Ryson Polonius, safe at first as the ball goes under the glove of Pitanella. That could have ended the inning. Instead, it allows a run to score and puts 2 runners in scoring position.
Now hitting number 8,
5-2.
designated hitter.
Wang Shuai, the DH, coming up. It's kind of an interesting approach from Pitanella. He went into that huge stretch a little bit prematurely. He didn't give himself a lot of time to see where the ball was coming at him, and then tried to adjust while already basically flat to the ground. And the result, an error that'll be charged to Ryson Polonius on that short hop throw over to first. Huge battle here now. A line drive foul, a 1-1 count. The other game that Nout Krot worked was against Korea. He was really good, gave up a run, but it was an unearned run on 2 hits and a walk in 3 innings. Struck out 3. He'll be asked to pitch a while in this one so long as he's effective. And he came into the game and really made the pitches he needed to get out of the inning. But for the error, he would be out of the inning, but now he's trying to get out himself perhaps. 1-2. Wang Shuai, a strikeout in the 2nd, a single in the 5th. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away, a run in, a 3-run lead. The pitch, line, into right center. That's going to score 1. Here comes the throw to the plate. It scores 2. And China's made it a ball game. It's 5-4. At the top of the 6th inning, 3 unearned runs.
8번 타자 중견수 허우한근.
And a great two-strike stroke from Wong, who's singled for the second time in as many innings. Went down and got it, lifting it over the head of Tyreek Kemp. China winless so far in the opening round. High ball 1 to Ho Han Gang, the 7th batter of the inning. Fly ball, center field. Hoffer has it. And the Netherlands escapes the top of the 6th inning with a lead, though it's by the slimmest of margins. 5-4 our score going into the bottom of the 6th.
이렇게 말 네덜란드 공격 7번 타자 3루수 레이너 폴로니어스.
At the bottom of the 6th inning, now hitting number 1.
Xu Young-John has come in coming into the game in the 2nd inning, pitching a scoreless 3rd, 4th, and 5th, taking the hill in the 6th, having thrown 53 pitches. Going to work against the bottom 3rd of the order with a 1-run game. All of a sudden, it's 5-4. Rainer Polonius leading off, takes a look at ball 1. He'll be followed by Nick Hoffer and Max Kops. Lefty, righty, lefty for the Dutch 6th inning attack. One and one. I told you that during that break after the 5th inning, I went over to field 2, which is just behind us, to have a look at what was going on in the game between Australia and Canada. I wasn't alone. A couple of the coaches from this Netherlands team went over there as well to have a look. They're keenly interested in what's going on there, because if they win this game, which is far from a sure thing where we sit right now, but if they win this game and if Canada wins that game, then they're into the super round. But no matter what happens here, if Australia wins that game, then their chances of moving to the super round are very slim because of the scores of the games between the teams. So they were interested, to say the least, in what was going on over there, though not thrilled when they saw that Australia had come back and taken a 5-4 advantage. Now it's 1-2 and the pitch on the way for a ball low. The starter Zhang Yifei gave up 4 runs, all earned on 3 hits and 3 walks in just an inning and a third, making his 2nd start in 24 hours. And he looked pretty much the same as he did yesterday. He was wild. Yesterday he walked 5 in 2 innings. Today 3 walks in an inning and a third. Line drive here, hit to first for the out. That one was right at Lee Yu-yang.
8번 타자
Gijang-Hyundai,
중견수
meanwhile,
이호퍼.
Now hitting number 3.
has given up 3 hits, hasn't walked anybody, has 3 strikeouts, and has given up 1 earned run. That was in the 5th. Apologies when I said earlier he worked a scoreless 5th. There was a sac fly last inning that now stands as the difference. Good pitch to get ahead of Hoffer. 0-1. Canada, a team that is stacked with big hitters, has a man on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 5-4. And one of those big hitters, Tyrell Schofield Sam, batting. One and 2, meanwhile, on Hoffer here. He has struck out and singled. The single came leading off the 4th. He moved to second on a ground ball. He moved to third on a fly out to center, but he wound up stranded on third base. Netherlands leaving a runner in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. So 3 in total to this point. They've, for the most part, cashed in on their chances. Strike 3 called. Hoffer caught looking
9번
fastball, got
타자
the off-speed
우익수
pitch.
엑스콤스.
Now hitting number 18. Max Cops, right fielder.
We'll see Max Kops. That one slipped away from Ju. Got to be careful with Kops. He tripled to drive in 3 in the 2nd inning. That's what opened the scoring. Grounded out to first last time up. Waits and takes the 2-0 high and wide. Good pitch, 3-0. Not giving in to Kops with something tasty over the heart of the plate. But there's the walk with 2 outs to extend the inning.
일번 타자 1호수 타이리 캠프.
Now hitting number 2. Tyreek Kemp, second baseman.
Australia able to get out of trouble in the bottom of the 7th, so that game goes to the 8th with the score 5-4. And here we will see a pitching change with a runner on first and 2 outs. And the Netherlands leading China 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th.
중국의 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 이지연.
Now coming into pitch for Team China, number 57, Yi Jian.
Tyreek Kemp will be the batter for the Netherlands. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. A runner on first and a third pitcher on the mound today for China. This one's Yi Jian. After really solid work from Zhu Yongjian, he'll try to put the Netherlands to bed here in the 6th inning and keep this game right where it is, tight. A 1-run affair, 5-4. We've got 2 5-4 games going on simultaneously on this, the 6th day of the opening round, the initially unscheduled 6th day of the opening round. Fouled straight back, 1-1. That was a healthy cut from Kemp, who singled to drive in Kops in the 2nd. He walked to begin the 1st inning for the Netherlands, so he was on twice in the first 2 innings, but since then has only been up once, and he flew out to center field. Swings and puts this one in the air into shallow right center field. That drops in for a hit. Somebody takes a tumble. The throw to third. Pounding the dirt in frustration is Kops, who just hit the deck between second and third. I don't think he got tangled up with anybody. Let's look at the replay and see what happened after we see this bloop hit off the bat of Kemp. Ooh, looked like he actually did get tripped up by Zhang Wen-Tao, and I don't know if anybody really saw that, but I'm not going to say it was intentional, but there was clear contact there from the shortstop. I don't think Kops would have scored, but he wasn't pleased, and I don't blame him after getting his legs taken out from under him. What an opportunity for the Netherlands to get at least some of the runs back. China scoring 3 in the top of this 6th inning. Strike 1. One and one. E. Outside. Runner goes, the pitch is ball 4 anyway, so Kemp will not get credit for a stolen base. And the base is loaded, all this coming with 2 outs. A walk, a single, another walk.
Number 17, Daryl Collins, left fielder.
Daryl Collins, who's doubled, popped out twice, could really make a difference in this game. Netherlands team couldn't have handpicked anybody they'd rather have up in this moment. Bases loaded. The most dangerous bat waits for a 1-0 pitch, swings and fouls it high out of play. He was really upset after he had popped out to first base to end the second inning, having popped out meekly twice in each of the first 2 innings. Next time up, he mashed one off the wall in right field, high off the blue part of the wall. 1-1 pitch, grounded right side through the hole into right field. That'll score at least a run. The throw towards the plate comes rolling in as a second run scores. That was Kemp behind Cups, and it's back up to a 3-run lead. 7-4, 2 RBIs for Collins on that 2-out single.
Now hitting number 27, Rendrick Kutanara, first baseman.
With Kemp's speed, I thought he might be sent home. Scoring easily was Cups, and as it turned out, Kemp too. First run charge to Zhu Yongjian, the second to Yijang. And now a wild pitch. And there will be just one advance. Collins from first to second. Polonius was on third and he didn't want to chance it. Really no reason to. If that ball bounces up the first base line, maybe you think a little bit more closely about trying to score there. Real struggle for Yi John. He's fighting it out there. Off the end of the bat. 2 balls and a strike. That was a really good pitch. With Peter Nella all geared up for a 2-1 fastball, getting it, but with its location, he couldn't do much with it. Now the breaking ball sent high into the air. First base side, foul territory and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Big pitch. Grounded towards third, just foul. That one is hit well, really well. Left center field, it's gonna go off the wall. Finally, Pichonella is able to break out from what's been a frustrating day in which he had struck out 3 times to open the lead up to 5 for the Netherlands. For the first time today, they lead by that many.
Now hitting number 23, Nathaniel Ventura, catcher.
The bat flip. Well earned. Ball off the base of the left center field wall, scoring a pair. Second and third still. Strike 1 called to Ventura, who's the 8th batter of the inning. Second time that the Netherlands have had 8 hitters in an inning. They had 8 come up in the second when they scored 4. Just like they have here in the 6th. Grounded softly now to second. 4-3 to end the inning. The big blow, the 3-run double. Rendrick Petronella. That was the inning the Netherlands needed. 4 runs in the 6th after 3 in the top of the inning. And we go from a 1-run game to a 5-run game into the late innings. First pitch swinging for China is a pinch hitter up in place of Jiangmin Zhang, who had gone 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. It's Hei Fu Min. Lifted over the head of the shortstop into left center, and well, China's not rolling over. They come right back with a hit. This game really something. Wouldn't have expected it to be such a back and forth affair, which is a funny thing to say about a game that's got a 5-run lead in the 6th inning. Or in a game that's only ever seen one team out in front, but China's putting together a pesky little approach. 6 hits. Just like they did yesterday against Korea. There's ball 2. Kraut. Set. Coming home. And walking another man aboard. First and second. And here comes China again. This game will be rendered meaningless if Australia is able to beat Canada.
Now hitting number
That
10.
game,
Seeing runner
really
in,
late innings.
right fielder.
Australia leading 7-4 now in the bottom of the 8th, which is not good news for the Netherlands. They can win this game by as many runs as they want. But if Australia wins and we go into a 3-team tie, 3 teams at 3 and 2, the TQB tiebreaker will not favor this Dutch team that has fought back after an 0-2 start. Put themselves just in this position to go 3 and 2 and to go into that tie. In the dirt, 1 and 2. Runner goes, the pitch, called strike, the throw to third, on the money, in time for the out.
선발타자 이루수 양승하오.
Now hitting number 7.
Strike him out, throw him out.
Second baseman.
And this is another instance where China's had a potential big inning thwarted by some poor base running. There was the pickoff at first base to end the 4th. And now the strike him out, throw him out, double play. And to make matters worse, Gijang-Hyundai could have broken from first to second on the back end of what would have been a double steal. But he's still on first base. Really crowding the plate here. Yang Sheng-Ao, he's got his toes out of the box. He swings it foul back. 2-1. Good throw. Wild pitch there to put the man in scoring position. Finally, Zhang does get to second with a 3-2 count on Yang Sheng-Ao. Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded, the throw to first. Nice play on both sides. Tyreek Kemp to Ruendrick Pietranella for the out that retires the side and keeps China off the board in the top of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. The Netherlands in front, 9-4.
중국의 선수 배치가 있겠습니다. 좌익수 허프민,
Now coming into left field for Team China, number 36, Paul Fumin.
Wang Wei-yi, the new pitcher for China.
7회 말 네덜란드 공격 6번 지명타자 슈엔컨트,
Keep the game right where it is. The Netherlands builds a 10-run lead from this point forward. That'll be enough to call this game official. Shane Quant, the leadoff man in the 7th. He's batting 6th in the order. Pitch is in for a strike. High and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now some confusion in regards to what I'm not sure. As there have been a number of substitutions here from China. There's a pitch up high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Not exactly a showcase affair today. Some big hits and big moments from this Netherlands national team. The 3-run triple in the 2nd for Max Kops. 2-run single for Daryl Collins. 2-run double for Ruendrick Petronella last inning. That's how 7 of 9 have scored for the Netherlands. Sacrifice fly and RBI single, the other 2. Off the end of the bat, hit well out to left field. On the warning track, catch is made. Canada coming back, scoring 2 runs in the 8th. It's a 7-6 game, 1-run game in the 9th. My goodness. What a good one. Big swing. Strike 1 on Polonius. Pop foul, 3-1, good pitch to go after. Long way E. Gave up the deep fly ball, but trying to make it 2 in a row. 4th pitcher of the day for China is 3-2. Grounded on the right side. Sliding pickup. An underhand flip and 2 outs to start the inning. Nice teamwork there between Lee Yu-yang and Wang Wei-yi.
8번 타자 중견수 리공터.
Now hitting number 3, Lee Cooper, center fielder.
Hey Fu Min, we should tell you who pinch hit there in the top of the 7th, stayed in the game. He's the one who made the catch out in left field to start this inning. Gao Yonggang is playing third now, as Hey Fu Min hit in place of the third baseman, Zhang Min Zheng. Two out, bases empty, a 1-0 count. Nick Hoffer, 1 for 3, a single in between a pair of strikeouts. Foul ball back, 1-1. The other games to be played later on today, one between the United States and Panama. That's at 3 p.m. So is the game between South Africa and Spain. We eagerly await the start of that one about an hour and a half from now. That game will not do much in terms of the standings. Neither will the other one, in fact, but we play them all. I know the United States would probably prefer a day off ahead of the Super Round. They're the only team of the 4 competing at the 3 o'clock time slot that really has anything to play for at this point. Not discounting the games that'll be played in the consolation bracket next round, but not nearly as much at stake. For all intents and purposes, those teams will not be doing what they came here to do, as this one's flied out to shallow left center, where the catch is made to end the inning. We'll go to the 8th. It's 9-4 Netherlands.
팔회 중국 공격 4번 타자 3루수 거우용강.
Ko Yonggang leading off, 4, 5, 6 for China.
Ko Yong-gang, third fielder.
2 hits and a fly out to center, 2 singles, a run scored. 9-4 the Netherlands in front, 9 runs, 9 hits, and an error for the Netherlands national team. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for China. A pitch away. 1-0. Still Still 7-6 between Australia and Canada, meanwhile. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Australia threatened to add some insurance in the top half of the ninth inning, had a runner thrown out at home plate, and the inning has just come to an end. So they're going to the bottom of the ninth. If Australia wins, not only do they advance into the Super Round, they win the group. They would win Group A, being the only undefeated team in the Super Round standings. They would be 2-0. Everybody else would be 1-1. 5 teams at 1-1. Australia 2-0. Not bad for a team that could just as easily not make it to the Super Round. And what a pickup there by Petronella. And they flipped to first for the first out of the inning. Australia has competed for a world championship at the U-18 level in the last 10 years. It was 2010. And they came up short, falling to Chinese Taipei in the championship game. Look at that get. Awesome play. And a ground ball left side now. Well, I thought we might get another. Instead, it splits the Polonius brothers.
6번 타자 1루수 리유양.
Now hitting number 27.
Lou Bin Bin is on first base.
baseman.
Nice day for Lou. Sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the fourth, and then that single. One out, one on, and the pitch that's just going to miss low, called ball one to Lee Yu-yang. He reached on an error and scored. That error allowed the top of the sixth inning to continue. It was a ground ball to short that would have been the third out. Instead, 3 runs ultimately scored. And now a fly ball out to left field. It falls fair and goes into the corner. Barehanded by Collins. The throw into third, cut off, and it's second and third with 1 out.
7번 지명 타자 왕슈아이.
Now hitting number 8, Wang Shuai, designated hitter.
Time called for a moment as Lou was down after reaching third base. He was down in a crouch, looked like he was stretching something out. He's upright again. A little rally being put together here. Not Kraut. Base hit here could pull China within 3. Sprayed foul sideways, 1-1. Lifted in the air to right field. This will be interesting to see if they try and score. The throw, a really good one, and it's a good idea for Lou Bin Bin to have stayed put. He would have been, well, running into a ball that was waiting for him in the glove of Nathaniel
8번 타자
Ventura.
주전수 허한강.
Now hitting number 56, Ho Han Gang,
Here's Ho Han
center
Gang.
fielder.
The last chance for China here to extend the frame, trying to cash in a couple of men in scoring position. Strike one called. Oh and 2. Now Krot, one strike away from getting out of the inning. His 0-2 pitch grounded to third. Polonius takes his time, sets his feet, and then throws it away. 2-run score, and on we play in the top of the 8th. It didn't look right how much time Rainer Polonius was taking.
9번 타자 좌익수 허프민.
Now hitting number 36.
That's the kind of play that'll drive a
left
coaching
fielder.
staff mad. Routine ground ball. And then a throw so high that Ruendrick Petronella couldn't even think about going up after it. Five runs have scored for China in the last 3 innings. All 5 have been unearned, and all 5 the result of throwing errors made by the Polonius brothers. It was Ryson throwing it away with 2 outs on a ground ball in the 6th. Rainer here in the 8th. Kind of odd to figure out. They've been so good defensively throughout this tournament. Now another chance, this one for Ryson. The throw on the money, and the side retired. China picks up 2, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th with the score: the Netherlands 9, China 6.
빠르말 네덜란드 공격 9번 타자 우익수 맥스콤스.
At the bottom of the 8th inning. Now hitting number 18, Max Cobbs, right fielder.
A second inning for Wang Wei-yi. His team trailing by 3. Can't afford to give up anything here to a Netherlands national team that's fighting to stay alive, though it's largely out of their control whether or not they're alive and in play for Super Round contention. Their Super Round hopes dependent upon Canada, really. They need Canada to win their game against Australia, and Canada down to their last out, batting in the bottom of the 9th with the tying run on first. Let's see if I can call 2 games simultaneously here. Although I don't have video of the Australia-Canada game, we can bring you the pitch-by-pitch updates as Australia tries to get the last out of the game and lock up first place in Group A and first place overall in the Super Round. They would be in as the leaders at the only 2-0 mark against Super Round opponents. Their 2 losses coming to the Netherlands and Nicaragua, 2 teams that are not going to advance to the Super Round if they take care of business and beat Canada. And by take care of business, we mean get 1 more out, maybe get 2 more strikes. Jack Lee is pitching, Ryan Leach batting for Canada, and Leach is ahead 3-1. Meanwhile here, Max Kops sends it out to center, and a nice sliding grab is made by Ho Han Gang for out number 1. I kind of like this call in 2 games at
1번
once.
타자 2루수 타이리
Doesn't leave a
캠프.
lot of
Now hitting
dead time,
number
does
2,
it?
Tyra Kemp, second baseman.
China may finish the opening round 0-5, but man, have they been awfully close, losing a game by 3, a game by 4, and potentially losing this game by 3 or fewer. And the game is not over on field 2. We told you Leach was batting. He was ahead in the count, 3-1, grounded it to third, and reached on an error. So it's first and third. The tying run is 90 feet away for Canada, and oh boy. Second error of the game, charged against Australia. The game was there for the taking. First place in the opening round among the 6 teams that'll advance was there for the taking, and couldn't throw the ball to first. Now Owen Diodati comes up for Canada. As Tyreek Kemp bats here and takes a 1-1 pitch outside. Now if you're smart, you've already turned me off and you're watching Tyler. Call that thrilling bottom of the 9th inning over at field 2. And I'm not saying if you're still watching, you're not smart. And I appreciate your company. But man, what a game they have over there. It's been like that from the get-go. Over here, it's been close. I just don't think it's being played at quite the same level. 3-1. Wong walks Kemp, who's aboard for the 4th time. I really like Tyreek Kemp. What an exciting player. And the game is over, and Australia's in. Australia's 2-0 in the Super Round standings. And no matter what happens here, the Netherlands can win. The Netherlands will finish 3-2 with a win, tying Canada. But because of Canada's 11-0 victory in their head-to-head matchup, which will get pooled in with the other games that Australia, Canada, and the Netherlands have played against one another. But because of that one lopsided affair, it seems as if the Netherlands' hopes of advancing the Super Round have died with that 7-6 win for Australia. What a celebration must be taking place over on field 2. Diodati flew out to center field. Kemp caught in between first and second in a rundown. The throw to first, and he's out, caught stealing. (2-6-3) for the second out of the inning. Kemp has already stolen a base in the game, but took a late break and then just got stuck. Lu Bin Bin, the catcher, waited until he was sure Kemp was going to try and go to second to make the throw. And there's a ball up and away, 1-1 on Polonius. This is Ryson Polonius, who walked and scored in the 6th inning. That's his only trip to the base paths so far today. 2-2, 2 outs, base is empty. Netherlands just looking for some insurance. They're 3 outs away from victory. A full count. Payoff pitch. And we will play on in the bottom of the 8th. Back-to-back walks. First Kemp, now
3번 타자
Polonius.
좌익수 데런 콜린스.
Now
And if
hitting
there's
number
one
17,
issue
Darryl Collins,
that
left
has
fielder.
plagued China throughout this opening round, it's been the base on balls. Darryl Collins. 2 big hits today. Takes a look at strike 1. A tale of 2 parts of this ball game for one man. Darryl Collins popped out to foul ground on the first pitch he saw today. That was in the first inning. He popped out to end the second inning, one in which the Netherlands scored 4 runs and sent 8 batters to the plate. He didn't come up again until the 5th, had a couple innings to recalibrate, and then launched one off the wall, high off the wall in right field for a double. Came in to score on Nathaniel Ventura's sacrifice fly to left. Then he singled home a pair of runners when he batted with the bases loaded in the 6th inning, hit a ground ball through the 3-4 hole. So he is 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Polonius runs, Lou throws, and it's a stolen base into scoring position for Rice and Polonius. Ripped out to right center. That's going to go for a while, and it'll get to the wall on a hop. And that'll be RBI number 3 for Collins. It is 10-6.
4번 타자 1루수
And what
우연히
sadly for the
출전합니다.
Netherlands is a victory that won't be enough
Rendering Petronella, first
to
baseman.
propel them into the Super Round, despite the fact that it, should it stand, will be this team's 3rd straight dub. Really a game in 2 parts for Collins. He couldn't have looked worse those first 2 plate appearances, just all out of sorts. 2 little pop flies. Double, single, double. Driving the ball all over the park. And by all over the park, I guess I mean the right side of the outfield. Once off the wall, once to the wall on a hop, the other time on the ground, but really making solid contact. The Kansas City Royals prospect on a day when the Kansas City Royals had a new single season home run record set by a former U-18 participant, Jorge Soler, part of the 2010 tournament. Today hitting his 39th home run, the most in Royals history, which really surprised me when I heard that. Check swing foul. 1-2 on Petronella, who kind of like Collins has had an up and down day, or a down and up day more aptly put. 3 straight strikeouts, and 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, but then the 2-run double as he crushed a hanging curve in the 6th. Now he fouls it off the end of the bat, high out of play. It's 1-2. The pitch in the dirt. swung on and missed. And on to the 9th. China needs 4 to tie and 5 to take a lead. It's 10-6. Netherlands after 8.
초 중국 공격 1번 타자 유격수 장원차우.
At the top of the 9th inning.
No better place to start for China than the top third of the order as they look to mount a comeback here and win a game on the final day of the opening round. Trailing 10-6, this game very much within their reach. Gijang-Hyundai, who has been aboard twice via the walk, leading off. Grounded out to short and popped out to second in between his 2 bases on balls. Second right-hander of the day, Nout Prat. This is with ball 1. Gio de Graaf went 5 1/3 to get things started for the Netherlands. Ran out of gas in the 6th inning. China scored 3 times, albeit 3 unearned runs. Only 2 of which were charged to de Graaf. But again, unearned. Gave up just 1 earning. 5 1/3. De Graaf gave up 3 hits. Walked 3. Piled up strikeouts in the 2nd, struck out the side in order. Overall, he struck out 6 in a really terrific start. And he stands in line to earn the victory. The count moves to 3-2 on John. Payoff, ball 4, leadoff walk. How many times have we seen a leadoff walk today?
Now hitting number 10, Xing Bin, right fielder.
3rd time that China has drawn a leadoff walk. Five times in total. And we'll have a pitching change.
네덜란드 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 아리진 프란스.
Now coming into pitch for Team Netherlands, Number 24, Arich Franson.
Franson on for the Netherlands, trying to get the last 3 outs of the game with a runner on first. Throw goes down after the pitch missed for a ball, and back safely was Zhang. Jing-Wen-bin, the batter, the right fielder, has singled, walked, and scored 2 of China's 6 runs. The righty glances over his shoulder and then pours it in for a strike. Netherlands have led this game by 4 since the bottom of the second. The lead has gone up and down since. Here's a ground ball to short that should be 2. The flip for 1. Kemp's relay in time, 6-4-3. 2 gone, and the Netherlands now an out away from claiming victory. The lead's been as large as 5, as small as 1. China pulled within 1 with a 3-run top of the 6th that made it 5-4.
Number 7,
But the Netherlands responded immediately, scoring 4 times. And essentially putting the game out of reach. Yang Sheng Ao, first pitch swing and a pop-up foul. This is the first time in days that we haven't been playing under a steady rain. And it's awfully nice. Started raining Sunday night and really hasn't stopped until this morning. It's come in fits and starts. It's poured at times, it's drizzled at others, but all day Monday when we had 4 games postponed, all day yesterday as well when somehow we got them all in. We catch a break today. We will hope for more good luck tomorrow when the Super Round begins, and we'll try to ignore the fact that there's a typhoon that may arrive at about midday Saturday. 1-2 is low. Franson will have to find at least 1 more good pitch to try and secure this victory. Fly ball, left field. Collins there, ball game over. The Netherlands has won 3 in a row to close out the opening round, 3-2. They win this one by a final score of 10-6 behind 10 hits over a Chinese squad that goes 0-5 in the opening round, losing games in every different manner, including back-to-back close losses to good teams from Korea and the Netherlands. They'll look to get their tournament in the win column in the consolation round. And the Netherlands are quite certain are headed there as well, though they finish in a 3-way tie with Australia and Canada at 3-2. The TQB will not favor this group, which had 1 bad loss in the opening round, the 11-0 defeat at the hands of Canada. So we will wait for the official wording from the press release and the social media announcements about the Super Round teams, but it seems safe to say that the Netherlands will finish in 4th place in Group A despite a really strong 3-2 showing. They'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll be back at it just an hour from now with a game between Spain and South Africa. Can't wait. Talk to you then. Final score 10-6, Netherlands over China.
job.
소야, 현성아 소좀 불러와라. 소야 내려봐. 보신다. 니. 예? 저 고각해가 주실게요.
Catcher, Nathaniel.